I ain't like singing, running up the store, big like a chicken, picking up corn every gallon in the town. That's right. It's
sit back, relax, and enjoy some good Merle Travis music. We have some good pictures here tonight, and I think you're really going to be impressed with the type of music you're going to hear. And also, we're going to have some stories and tales maybe told about Merle. And this is going to be an informal type program. So if you want to pick, if you want to tell a story, just let us know and we'll work you in. But I know a lot of these pictures are, you have to twist your arm sometimes to get up here, but just feel free to go ahead and set your amp up later if you have an amp, or I'm sure you can use one of the amps that's up here. So just let us know if you want to pick or tell a story, and we'll work you in. While they're tuning up in the back, I'm going to let someone, I think knows a little something on Merle, going to tell us a little story. Hubert Paxton. Hey, Hubert. Okay. I'm somewhere messed up. Hubert Paxton. Yep, there we go. He's going to tell us a little something, so I want to have him up here and they start this thing off.
I've been disappointed that Rodney pronounced my name right, so it's all right. It does have its advantages, though. My first day in Hill, called Hater and Silver, I got a invitation from the WAC during the war to join the WAC. So I had a lot of opportunities I didn't take advantage of. I'd like to tell you a little story, some experience that I had with Merle. I knew Merle back a number of years ago, like, you want to play this number of years, it's like 55 years ago. But we tend, most of the time, to forget some things that happened in our lifetime. I'm sure you have too, and rightfully so, because some of the things we like to forget, don't we? But the good things, can you hear? Can you turn it up a little bit? I seem to be...
Excuse me, we like to ask everyone to not talk. I don't mean to be rude or anything, but you can't do two things at once, so if everybody would just, listen to what he has to say, and it'd be really interesting. Because we can't turn this up very loud. That's a problem, so we're all going to have to cooperate. Well, I'm talking into the mic.
Should I get closer? Just make it different.
Yeah, you need to talk close to the mic.
Okay. As I said, we tend to forget things that happen in our life. And a lot of times they're not pleasant things to even keep in our life. But a lot of times the good things stick, don't they? Stick in our mind, and we don't forget those things. And this is what happened to me in remembering Merle Travis. A number of years ago, back in the early 30s, the government implemented a new program called the Civilian Conservation Corporation, I believe it was, known as the 3 C's, or CCC camps. A lot of you have been in, probably was in the CC camps. And this is where I met Merle. I had known him and met him casually before, but we enlisted around the county, and when it came our turn to go there, they called us up to Greenville. And it was about 30 young men called up there to go to the CC camps. It was designed for people like our age back then, from about 17 to maybe in the 30s plus. So when I went to Greenville Courthouse, Merle was there. And I had not seen him for some number of years, but I remember meeting him there. And from there, they bused us down to the Greenville depot and put us on the train and sent us to Fort Knox, Kentucky. I think they had some other men or boys that got on the train up above, and they made up a train load. And anyway, we were all on this one train. And we left from Greenville depot and was shipped to, that sounds like cattle, doesn't it? Maybe we were sent there to Fort Knox. Fort Knox, Kentucky. And there we stayed 2 or 3 weeks waiting for assignments going out to different places. Some went out west, some went to out the Dakotas, and many went in Kentucky. And I was sent over to Mountain Cave, Kentucky. But anyway, none of us had been away from home before. And on this, we made it pretty good during the week. It kept us kind of busy. One Sunday afternoon, we were all kind of lonesome and homesick. And Merle was with us, he was in the group. He said, if we had a guitar, we'd have a little music. So one of the fellows said, well, maybe I'll look around and see if we can find one. Of course, you know, Fort Knox is controlled or was under Army regulations. And anyway, one of the boys came back short and he said, well, this soldier has a guitar over here that he would like to sell for $6. And it's very vivid to me. I can just remember just as well as it was today. But anyway, we all chipped in about 25 or 50 cents a piece, whatever it was, and bought the guitar. Merle's eyes lightened up. I can just see him right now. Merle's first impression, you'll never forget if you've ever met Merle Travis. He was a great, great young man. To me, he always looked like a guitar picker, which he was, but if you meet him out someplace and you say, guess my profession, whatever, you might say, I bet you're a guitar picker. So this is the kind of guy he was. He was a good-looking boy, had a black hair, built nice, and a wonderful personality, and always had a smile. Of course, he loved music. So anyway, we all gathered around. We were in a barracks, and we went over to an old warehouse, and there they had at the warehouse they had a truck dock there where the trucks would back up to load, and it kind of served as a stage. And Merle got up on the stage of the truck dock and started playing the guitar. And I believe the first tune he played was Tiger Rag. And some others were familiar, but I truthfully can say I can't remember all of them. But in addition to being a musician, I didn't know if you knew it or not, but Merle was a good dancer. And I talked to his brother John about it to just kind of confirm it up with me because I remember dancing. But he could play the guitar and dance all at the same time. Now the kind of dance he did was buck dance. Do you remember the buck dance years ago? I know there used to be a fellow around here named Scraper Reynolds. Used to say some kind of a song or something and dance by it. But Merle was a good dancer. Anyway, we had a great time that afternoon. And Merle really entertained us when we were in badly need of some entertainment because we were lonesome. Anyway, time went on and we were all shipped out to various places. And I don't remember where Merle went. I asked his brother last night about it, and he didn't either. But after we served the time in the CC camp, I came home after serving the time, and I went to Evansville. And I hadn't been there very long. I had the radio one day, WGBF, and Merle was on the radio playing his guitar. And then shortly after that, they had a program down at the YMCA, and Merle was down there with the group, and I got to talk to him then. Then I met him on the streets in Evansville one time, stopped to talk to him. So the rest of it is history. You know what a great guy he is. And he's someone that we all can be proud of here in the county by having someone like him. He has been a great entertainer, one that loved his music and has taught many. And I could sit all night and listen to the thumb picking of Merle Travis, and I'm sure we're all in for a big treat tonight. So I'll turn it back over to Rodney.
Okay, thank you for sharing that with us. Like I say, tonight it's real informal, it's going to be real casual, it's going to be sitting back. We would like you to keep it quiet though, where you can hear, the ones who want to hear can hear the pickers. We have a lot of special guests with us tonight. We'll be introducing throughout tonight, and we'll try to let you know who all the thumb pickers are as they play and so forth, so you'll know who you're listening to. But first we have an act. If you were at the talent show this past year, You heard this act, and they really put on a show. And we're going to start it off. It may not be really thumb picking, but it's some good music. And so we have Ronnie and Robbie Penley with us tonight. I think you're really going to enjoy it. Let's give them a big hand.
That's good, Mike. Guitar mark. Yeah, right. Let's go.
First song we'll play for you tonight is called Wayfarer the Stranger. Next song I'll play for you is called Daryl Dixon.
Well, I'm ready for whatever. Who's next? Eddie? You through eating? I kid Eddie all the time about it. He's one of my best buddies. Taught me everything I know.
Tell us about it.
So the best food I've ever had is at Eddie Pennington's house.
How's all your family, Eddie? They doing all right? Your mom and dad?
They're doing pretty good.
Well, good.
But how did everybody enjoy that beef stew out there tonight? I sure did. I tell you what, old Merle wasn't only a good guitar picker, he had a pretty good beef stew, didn't he? I'm glad to see everybody here tonight and all. We're not nothing too formal, just going to get started here and do a round. Anybody that wants to pick and all, and you'll be sure to see me or Rodney or somebody where we'll know. Don't sit back there and be bashful and wish you had, because I may miss you. I hadn't seen everybody that's here, and half the time I can't think who all is here.
Hey, Eddie, just a minute. I don't know where everybody knows it or not, but weren't you a grand champion thumb picker and extraordinary guitar player one year? Or? I don't tell me that. I'll smack you a good one now. He's so modest. You won the best guitar picking down there at Arkansas one year, didn't you?
Pie eating contest.
Yeah. No, you got a trophy to prove it, hadn't you?
Well, it was. I went out there a couple of years and they looked at me and they thought, that old boy, big as he is and poor as he looks, so we better give him a prize or we have enough money to get home on, or we might have to feed him here. But I had it, every year in the last weekend in May, they have a national thumb picking contest in Mountain View, Arkansas. Of course, Paul Mosley from over here in your neighborhood won it just last year, and he's the 1991 national thumb picking champion. I think that's worth applauding. He'll pick some for you tonight. But I was fortunate enough to win that in '86 and '87, and there's several out
You won it so many times, you don't do it anymore, do you? You got embarrassed to do it.
I was scared I'd get beat.
That's terrible.
But we've got some legends here tonight. We got, I see Mr. John Travis out there. Now, y'all talk about Merle Travis stories. We could sit here till daylight and wouldn't be even halfway started into what all he can tell. And he's a great picker and all too. We're going to get him up here in a little while. And I saw Lightning Chance out here a little bit ago. A lot of you may have seen Lightning around Nashville and all. He's a well-known figure down there. You've seen him toting this cornbread around. I think he works at Shoney's down there as a bus boy.
Be sure you tip him real good, friend.
I don't see Lightning right now, but Lightning was he's been one of the recording session players and all. He played on a lot of Merle Travis's albums and all. And of course, I don't know if they introduced this guy or not. He always says, try to build me up just a little bit and all when you talk about and tell lots of things. Tell all about when I started when I was about 16 years old with the Lubin Brothers and developed a style of playing, and then he went on and played with Kitty Wells, and he played for Jerry Reed several years while Jerry Reed was so hot, and now he plays for
I can't keep a job with anybody.
for a guitar picker. Well, what's that guy's name he played for now? Atkins, Chet Atkins.
The big A.
But he's played for Chet Atkins for about 15, 16 years or longer.
Yeah.
Not very many can say they've done that they back Chet Atkins up and make him sound better. But this is probably one of the best guitar players that's living in this time. It's Paul Yandel.
Really what it means is there's a lot of them died here lately.
Paul started out with Odell Martin, of course, over here in Todd County. They were youngsters together and learned a lot of stuff together and all. And of course, Odell, he sat several years over here at Drakesburg, Mose Rager's house, picking up a lot of stuff and all. Of course, there's another one that's pretty close to everybody's heart. Here's Mose and all. Well, we've got the 1991 National Champion Thumb Picker up here about ready to pick, so I'm going to get out now. And sure enough, a lot of you guys that's going to pick, come on up. And this is not going to be formal like contest or anything. No, just come up and you can do some or talk or sing, whatever you want to do. Catch us over here. Thank you. Now anybody else wants to get up here right after fall plays, so I'll get up here and fool around. Get another guy up here with me in a minute. sit out there and not everybody doing something with it. Let's do a good Muhlenberg County song here. Merle, y'all help me sing it. If y'all help me sing it, it'll sound a whole lot better. The louder you sing, the better I'll sound. It's called a 9-pound hammer. Well, the 9-pound hammer is a little too heavy for my size. Honey, for my size, I'm going on the mountain, going to see my baby, and I ain't coming back. No, I ain't coming back. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when the wheels don't go? Roll on, buddy, pull your loader go. How can I pull when the wheels don't go? I don't hear much singing now. Plays for Chet and I don't. It's a long way from Harlem, mighty long way to Hazard. Just get a little bruised, just get a little bruised. When I'm long gone, you can make my tombstone out of number 9 coal, out of number 9 coal. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when the wheels don't go? Roll on, buddy, pull your load of coal. How can I pull when the wheels don't go? Pick again. John Henry, but won't get me, ain't gonna get me, 'cause I'm just a poor boy, long way from home, down in Tennessee, down in Tennessee. Roll on, buddy, don't you roll so slow. How can I roll when my wheels don't go?
Now, it's known that Merle Travis, they say, took thumb-picking music out of Muhlenberg County out into the world. Now, we have to give Eddie credit for bringing it back to Muhlenberg County. If it wasn't for Eddie, we wouldn't be having our thumb-picking contest and everything. He has been the backbone to this, who has told us how to do it and made all of our contacts for us. So it's really Eddie who's brought thumb-picking back into Muhlenberg County the last few years. So we have a little honor we bestow on certain individuals who have helped our town throughout the past. A lot of prestigious people have got these awards, so we want to give this to Eddie. It's a certificate of birth in Central City. Know ye that all men by these presents, that the Honorable Eddie Pennington was born in Central City, Kentucky, on the 30th day of November, 1991. Thereby making them a native Central Cityan and affording them the rights to go with this honor. Although delivered in Madisonville, Kentucky, they are born in Central City, Kentucky, and can be easily recognized as such because of their obvious trait of having 2 left feet. Remember, you can be delivered anywhere in the world, but you can only be born in Central City, Kentucky. Witnessed by hand this the 30th day of November, 1991, signed Mayor of Central City, Hugh Sweat Jr.
Well, I didn't know they'd use my footprint. I wondered what they had me back there with my shoes off for. Thank you.
There's one other person I really want to thank who made this tonight possible. Dorothy Paxton's out of the kitchen. Now let's all give her a hand. She's responsible for all the food.
While we're giving hands and all, I think Rodney Kirtley and his family and all needs a big hand, and also Bill Paxton and all for the role they played in the rededication and all. Yeah, this is a great thing, the closeness you all have over here in Muhlenberg County and all with the Everly Brothers Foundation and all. I think a big hand's around for all of that. Let Paul pick one here for you. See, I get by. People think I can pick. I play about 3 tunes, but I talk a lot. If that don't do any good, I start singing, and a lot of them leave, and they say, "Boy, that guy sure didn't pick good," and all, but we didn't get to stay long.
I'm not a very good Merle Travis player, but nobody loved him any more than I did. Maybe Eddie. He and Chet Atkins had all the bases covered, in my opinion, and what was left, Jerry Reed got that. So, I try to play a little of all of it, and I'm going to play a little of my interpretation of guitar blues, sort of like the way Merle played it.
need to be getting somebody else over here in the bullpen in a minute. Is there something out there that y'all want to hear? Most of y'all heard me before, nobody said anything.
Hey, that's Saturday night show. Saturday night. Somebody have a request?
Play Sweet Dreams.
Sweet dream. That's not a good song.
You mean see him in the dreams? Is that the point?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I don't do that, I'm sorry. How about that bee song that comes, you get buzzed around like honeydew?
See it? I don't know all the words, I know that tune.
Play it.
Did hear a request from one over here, Paul's old Army buddy, one here Saturday night show. Paul and this boy over here was in the military together, all defending our country out of wartime, thank goodness.
He was on TV for 3 years.
Here's one, here's pure Muhlenberg County right here. Saturday night shuffle, what Merle called it. Mo's got it and Kennedy Jones called it the buck dance. And whatever y'all want to call it, we'll try to do it. Now y'all don't want to sit there, this is the Informal. You can pat your feet or stomp with whatever you want to do. Thank you. Y'all remember that thing that Merle done on here in the movie From Here to Eternity called Re-Enlistment Blues? Now I don't know that real good and all, but looks like there's a couple hundred of you all sitting out there, and there's parts of it that you all help sing it back. We might make a pretty good tune out of that. Maybe while y'all singing back, I may be thinking of the next verses, and Paul can pick it real good. Let's try it and see. See, when I get to certain parts, you just echo it back. Now, part of you guitar pickers know I've heard this and know it. See, y'all start it out, and the rest of the audience will catch it before it gets too far. If you don't do it, we're going to do my ding-a-ling. So either do it now or later.
Boy, the thread of hammer.
Kick it off there, and I'll see if I can remember how the first part goes. My hitch was up Monday, I'm not a dog soldier no more, he ain't a soldier no more. They gave me all that money, so much my pockets is sore, so much my pockets is sore. More dough than I could use, Re-Enlistment Blues. Took my dough to town Tuesday, bought me a big feather bed, I'll find a job tomorrow, tonight I'll sleep like I'm dead, I'll sleep like I'm dead, and get up when I choose, Re-Enlistment Blues. Now pick it. Boy, he was picking, I thought I was Merle Travis for a minute. Now see what day of the week we're at, Wednesday? Well, I hit the bars Wednesday. Made a lot of friends all my own, lot of friends all my own. Y'all gonna do it by yourself if you don't do it with me. Found a pretty baby, she wouldn't leave me alone. She wouldn't leave me alone. She kept me buying booze, Re-Enlistment Blues. Pick it again there. Back up on Thursday. Now I woke up on Thursday. The walls was moving, I swear. It was moving, I swear.
I think they were.
I reached down in my trousers, but Lord, my pockets was bare. My pockets was bare. Them gals are sure bad news. Re-Enlistment Blues. Well, I went back on Friday just to get one little beer, one little beer. That gal forgot to know me. She just said no credit here. No credit here. Boy, did I give her a bruise. Re-Enlistment Blues. Was a good place to leave the company. Y'all done pretty good. I'm gonna do another good sentimental song here while y'all in such a good mood. I didn't see but 6 people leave, and I think they all really had to go. Did anybody get over here tonight from Bowling Green? Well, I'm gonna dedicate this to you. Your first name would have to be John, would it? Well, now, Mr. John Travis likes to hear me sing this. So I'm going to do it for him, too. Because I do it for him and John Mansell and the man from Bowling Green. Called Long Lost John from Bowling Green. See, I can see there.
I got you good, buddy.
That I ever seen was long lost John from Bowling Green. No hat on his head, no shoes on his feet. He's begging the window for his bread and his feet. One woman said, John, what can he send 49 distance to come and meet? He's long gone. He's long gone. He's long gone from Bowling Green. Now lost John sitting on the railroad track. He's waiting for a freight train to come back. Freight train come on, skipping in the blind. He missed the Calicut, but he called the blind. He's long gone. He's long gone. He's long gone from Bowling Green. Now pick it, Paul. Y'all didn't do that when I picked a minute ago. Now the lost gentleman in a woman's house just walked right in as quiet as a mouse. Woman said the lost gentleman gets to sit here, I'm going to send the border for a bucket of beer. Never mind the bucket, then never mind the beer, because the hound's on the trail. I can't stay here, gotta get along. He's long gone. He's long gone from Bowling Green. Now here I go. That's the joke part. Yeah, luckiest fellow that I ever seen was long lost John Bowling Green. His eyes was red, his guns was blue. Lord, I must keep that fella in view. Gotta get along. He's long gone. He's long gone from Bowling Green. Now let me do the serious part of the song. Now lost John went to a burlesque show. He picked out a seat down on the front row. Now the girls come out and they done a little dance. They carried him away in the ambulance. He's long gone. He's long gone. He's long lost John from Bowling Green. Boy, thank you, music, brother. Me and Paul are going to go down and rest and visit and all for a while. I got somebody else ready to come up here. Rodney Kirtley's fixing to pick one. No? The arrangement back in the summer when he was over here on the steel guitar rag Festa arrangement of picking it. I believe I ever heard of it all. So give this boy a big hand. We'll see y'all in a little while. We'll be back in here.
I'm real glad to be here tonight. I can't talk too much because I got the beginnings of the flu, I think. I'm real glad to be here tonight. And I'm going to play you a couple of Merle Travis tunes and original tunes that are influenced by this style of playing. Ghost Riders in the Sky. I'd like to play a new tune I wrote. It's called The Street Band. We'll see how it turns out. Tune up first. promise to play more in standard tuning and learn how to play in standard tuning.
He's just toured France with Chet Atkins and Tom Fresh. That's pretty good company to be in, I think. Also, somebody would like to recognize, I noticed Miss Adler just came in. Hold your hand up, Miss Adler. This is Merle Travis' sister. Hold your hand up, Miss Adler. Where everybody can see where you are. Okay, there it is. One other thing, I know you noticed all the pictures down the side and a few things. Merle's daughter Patty sent us a lot of these, and also the daughter Merlene, who's in LA. She sent us a lot of these, so it's pretty nice for the daughters to send these to us, and so we can enjoy them. And I think for the next few years we'll be getting a few more things that we can enjoy. They're collecting his things now and getting them together for us, and so they'll have a nice collection before long where we can look back and see the things that Merle's done. One other person I'd like to mention, Linda Arno is a feminist. If you notice the big screen over here, you can get a little close up with her hands. Linda Arno from Cat's Eye Production is doing this for us also. Now we have Mr. John up here. Eddie and John's going to do a little something for us.
I done made her mad. I feel that screen up over a minute ago. Well, now here's what you always want to know about Merle Travis right here. He's educated me on Merle Travis. This is a fellow I really admire, and I'm glad to be a buddy with him and all. He's a true number one. And we're going to sit up here and I'm going to try to coax him into telling you a few things and all about Merle. He's told me several little interesting.
Eddie, what I'm gonna tell you about him tonight, you never have heard.
That's the kind I want to hear.
Well, he used to be an old guy in our part of the country that always said the wilder the colt, the better the horse. And I think that come out pretty well true as far as Merle's concerned. It was on a Sunday afternoon, and we lived back in a holler, and one of these little houses, you know, like you see so many of around here, the porch way up high off the ground. Was all sitting out on the porch, and we heard something coming down the road through the woods. Thought somebody driving the team at first, the way it was hollering, but it was a woman's voice. It turned out to be one of the Graham girls. She was driving Merle home. He was walking in front, she was behind him. And every once in a while she'd say, "Don't you throw that down, you pick that up." Well, got down to where we could see him, he had a little watermelon about that big around. And she was right behind him. Dad said, "Well, what the dadgum dickens is that boy's got?" Of course, we told him, thought it was watermelon, got on down the house. She come in and said, "Uncle Rob, look here what Merle's got." And he said, "Well, he's not too good at picking out watermelons, is he?" She said, "Now don't get funny with me." Said, "He stole that melon out of our patch." She said, "Well, what you doing here?" And she said, "I made him bring it home." Said, "He tore up some of our vines." He said, you're gonna have to put him, Uncle Rob." And Dad said, whoop, now wait a minute. He said, "They don't nobody tell me when to whip my young'uns." He said, "I'll decide that for myself." He said, "Merle, you get that melon out of Ader's patch?" He said, "Yeah." He said, to me, he said, "Melvin, they like Minnie Pearl, they call me Melvin down here on account that's what the name is." So he said, "You go down there and cut me a good switch off that tree, and you better get a good one." He said, "I'll use it on you too, bring it up here." So I went down and cut him a real good switch and got it up there. He really laid it on old Merle. He said, "Now you satisfied?" And she said, "Well, you done what he ought to have." So she turned around and left. Old Merle, he was fuming and fussing and mad as he could be. He said, "I'll get even with that Ader Graham if it's the last thing I ever do." And I tried to calm him down. Didn't have no luck much about it. But so I said, "Come on, let's go down to the creek and swim a while." So now you got me? So we went off down to Dredge Ditch and wallowed around in the mud a while. He had stripes on his back, you know, where Dad laid on him. So going back, he just swore he's going to get even with that Ader. And I said, "Merle, don't do that." I said, "You stole the watermelon." He said, "Yeah, but you ought to make me come home with it." Well, I dreaded it because the little rascal he'd hurt you, you know. So a few days later, well, he come to the house one day, just a grinning. He wasn't afraid to tell me anything because he knew I wouldn't squeal on him. He said, "I got even with that Ader Graham today." And I said, "Oh gosh, what'd you do?" Well, he said, "I slept over there at their house and wasn't nobody home." He said, "You know that screened in back porch they got?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, I got in there." And he said, "You know that big jar that Ader makes kraut in?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I broke that thing all to pieces." I said, "Oh no." And he said, "Yeah, I did." He said, "She had a big basket of clothespins there too." And said, "I busted every one of them open." and said, "Uncle John's razor was out there," and said, "I just broke that up for good measure." So that's when you hadn't heard, Eddie.
I tell you, another one I like to hear you tell is about when y'all got your first instrument was strings. Tell them that story.
Oh, that's about the bandit. Well, we went down to spend a Sunday afternoon with Uncle John folks and got down there, and Earl, his boy, had a old banjo frame. Didn't have any strings on it or didn't have any head on it or anything, just a frame. But it had 39 brackets on it, and Dad said, "Man, that'd be a good banjo if it's fixed up." So nobody had any money, so he asked Earl how he could get it. And Earl said, "Well, if you traded 5 of Mom's big black chickens, why, be all right. So Dad said he'd send him down there the next day. So the next day, he put 3 in one sack, tow sack, and 2 in another one. And we went down to get the banjo, and he said, now don't let Merle put his hand on it because he might break it. So we brought it back home, and we thought it'd be easy to fix, but Dad had to order stuff from Sears and Roebuck, and he ordered patent keys and the head and the bridge and all that stuff, strings. It looked like it had never come, but it finally did come, and he said, no, can't have music yet because I've got to get Louis Mack puts the keys on. So, I guess it was a week or better before we could get the keys on the thing. Then we had to wait till the head was soaked so we could put that on there. And after that is all done, well, I got that on there and Dad picked for us. Man, that's the prettiest music you ever heard. Is that what you wanted to hear, Eddie? Well, I guess that ought about finish up the storytelling episode. Eddie, pick them 2 and then we'll go on.
Oh, that's I thought I might get this guitar player. I might be able to get him to pick one for you. He's so shy. He never would use a thumb pick hardly. Watch him come
Eddie,
out.
no, let me tell you. You know, I got a little trouble with the old ticker. And sometime when I kind of get a little bit excited, but it gets to hurting on me a little bit, and I got to take a nitroglycerin pill to get it way down. Well, it's hurting just a little bit. So I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll get out here and put one of them pills or 2 under my tongue while you pick them a piece, and then I'll come back and have that. Or maybe I can just do that while you pick them a piece. Huh?
All right. Why don't you do that too?
All right.
Let's do one for Bowles Raker.
Now, what do you got in mind for me?
You're in good hands up here. Yeah, this is going on, I'm an undertaker. Somebody thought I was going to say a doctor.
You know, talking about that being nervous, I was reading a little old thing in the magazine the other day that I thought was kind of funny about the old Sioux Indian chief. He was talking to his prettiest child. He said, you got hair the color of the ripened fields of grain, you know, and he went on to tell how pretty the hair was. He said, your eyes are just as blue as the mighty river that flows in front of the teepee. But says, I've noticed lately how you look at Strong Bull when he comes in from the hunt with his game and everything like that. And he said, son, I just don't like the way you look at it. A little what? Yeah, yeah.
I want y'all to get to hear him pick a tune here. Now, I begged him because I love to hear him pick. He's got a thumb like Mose Raker. He wouldn't hardly ever use a thumb pick and all, but he got a good strong thumb. But somebody was asking, what's the difference in thumb picking and all? Of course, straight pickers, they take a little straight pick and they go. No, they do more than that. That's the way a thumb picker would describe one. But this Travis stuff, well, I don't like it so much, and I think that's why I caught on so much with most everybody that does like it. It'll stand by itself. You don't have to have anybody else to hit it. You want to play something? You've got your rhythm, your melody, and your harmony, and everything all in one. And that all originated right here in Muhlenberg County. You got that to be proud of. But anyhow, that's sort of what it is. But here's a true old Muhlenberg County thumb picker here.
Well, it might be true old Muhlenberg County, but the thumb picking ain't just exactly correct. Eddie wanted to know if I had another story to tell. I might tell you a little story about Merle's first guitar that he ever bought. He went to the CC camp with this guy out here, and he stayed, sent the money home to Mom until he got $65 in a kitty. And that to him was a whole lot of money, so he went over the hill, come home, and told Mom he was going to take that money and come to Evansville where I lived and buy some clothes with it. Well, that pleased Mom because he didn't have anything much but overalls, you know. So he hopped the freight train and hoboed over to Evansville, came to my house, and he said, Melvin, I'm going to go and get some clothes tomorrow. And I said, that'd be great. So I went on to work the next morning. When I come home that night, he saw me coming about a block away, and down the street he come. Of course, he's a young man, 17, 18 years old. I don't know about how old. But I said, hurry on, come up to the house. I want to show you what I got. Man, I thought he really had some clothes, you know. Went in and said, come in here and look on the bed. And I went in there, and there laid a a real pretty guitar. It was a Gretsch. And I said, well, where'd you get that? And he said, I bought it. I said, what did it cost you? Yeah, well, it just cost me $65. I said, did you spend all your money on that guitar? Well, he said, I'll make money with that. I said, well, where are you going to make money with that? Well, he said that Bentley's variety store up there, or Bentley's clothing store up there is having a variety show down at the Coliseum. He said, I'm going to play down there tonight. And said, I'll get $25 there. I said, that's first prize. I said, well, Bud, you don't know what you can get first prize. Oh, yeah. He said, I'll get first prize. He said, would you go down there with me? And I said, yeah. Well, he got his clean pair of overalls. I didn't have 2 or 3 patches on them. And so we walked down there. Oh, I guess it's 15, 20 blocks up to the Coliseum. I didn't have a car or anything in those days. So we got up to the Coliseum, the show started, and a little girl come out and did what they call acrobatic dancing. And then there was a guy come out with 2 step ladders and set them up and tied a wire across, or a rope across the top of them. Had a little white Spitz dog that got up there and walked across the rope to the other ladder and then come back down. And then Merle come out to play. Well, I thought he'd play something like Tiger Rag or something like that, but he didn't. He got up there and reared back and started trying to imitate Bing Crosby. Sang a song called Robins and Roses. I never will forget that. Tried to make his voice deep, you know, and it was just a little past the squeak in them days. Robins and roses, maybe a tree, you know. But anyhow, when the judging was done, well, he got 3rd prize. That was $5. So we started back to the house. He's walking along there with his guitar, and I said, well, son, you didn't win first prize, did you? Yeah, he said, I won first prize. Oh, I said, you didn't, you got 3rd prize. He said, well, now look, Melvin, he said, that little old big-legged girl, said she just danced. Said, did she play any music? And I said, no. And he said, well, did that little old dog that walked across that rope play any music? And I said, no. And he said, I was the only one that got anything to play music. He said, if you don't call that first prize, what do you call it? So I think Eddie, that'll do for the storytelling for one evening, don't you?
Just before let's finish up with one thing. I just thought of one more thing. Now I'm gonna play a little bit of a song that Mr. John wrote. Of course, Merle changed it around and recorded. Although Merle wrote some words for it, and he never did do anything with it. So we're gonna let Mr. John, what do they call it, or debut him, or something to you all.
I don't know if it's a 6-cylinder word.
but here's something Mr. John wrote.
Did I write that?
And Merle played it like this. And anyhow, this is a man that wrote Blue Smoke. He wrote it slow like I played it first. And Merle wrote some good words for it, and I'm giving Mr. John to do just a little bit of it.
Well, you mean singing?
Yeah.
I've been sitting at the table all night, ain't exactly feeling right. Blue smoke getting in my eye, oh my. My gal, she done and left me flat. Boogie woogie, I like that. Blue smoke getting in my eye, oh my. My gal done and left me flat. Boogie woogie, I like that. I come here to this here dive to hear some syncopated jive. I've been sitting at the table all night, ain't feeling exactly right. Blue smoke getting in my eye, oh my. I got to tell you the story on that since Eddie done messed it up like this. Back in the early days, well, everybody had a tune that they wrote, you know. Mose had a number that he played, and that was Moses' tune. Well, Ike, he had him one, and everybody had a little tune that they made up. Well, after Merle got out away from home and all, he left before I did. He come home one time, and I had created that little jewel, you know. I told Merle, I said, I've got me a number now, and he said, well, play it for me, Johnny, and let's see how it sounds. Well, I played it for him. He listened to it, he said, play it again. I played it. He said, you got any words for it? I said, no, I didn't make no words. He said, well, let me see what I can do about that. And he started writing. Pretty soon he said, let me have a guitar. And he sung it back to me. See, and that was the word. That's how long it took him to write the words. So that's all there was to that one.
Your lives are greatly more enriched for knowing this man right here. He sure is a jewel himself. He didn't meet the whole world like his brother did, but they should have met him. Now, Gerald Chappell is out here. He's ready to pick one, I think. And here's another Muhlenberg County boy, so I'm going to get back and let him pick for you. Now, you pickers and all, we getting around here and talking to Rodney now, where he can get ready.
Merle's setting up. We're going to do a little something. We meant to have a drawing, but we forgot to pass out the slips as he came in. So this was one of Merle's shirts. This shirt belonged to Merle. He wore it a lot when he was home. It has a lot of burns in it. These are not from moths. These are burns from a cigarette and so forth. But Merlene sent this to us, and we're going to give this away tonight. So if you're a Merle Travis fan, you have a chance to win this. We have a little trivia question that Paul Yandell came up with. And if you know the answer, the first one giving the answer to this will take this shirt home. Okay, Merle wrote "Smoke, Smoke, Smoke" with another entertainer. Who could tell me who that entertainer was?
Next week.
Right here. Okay.
Eddie, I'm one of Eddie's biggest fans, I guess. I thought Mr. Bob Dean was going to come up here and back me up a little bit. Going to come up and help me a little bit here, Bob?
one that I reported about 20 years ago. Don't know why.
Fellow here that's sitting over here going to pick on this big old Super 400 is Don Dean from Louisville, Kentucky. Got more guitars than Gibson guitars got. Yeah, he's got 3.
I've got 3.
Paul Moses is going to hit it a little bit here. And you other guitar players going to get you all back here and be getting you ready where we don't have as much dead time between here. And we're going to get Light and Chance up here to tell some stories in a minute. And Rodney Kirtley is going to sing 16 Ton after a while.
Just a little more.
Everybody hear me all right? Okay, we're going to do something a little different. It's a little bit out of the Merle Travis vein, but we still got a thumb pick on. We're going to do a song that Billy Grammer did the last time he was here back in when they had the thumb pickers contest here. I did this a couple of times when I played with Billy back in the 60s. So we'll give it a shot. It goes like this. Last night I sat alone in the twilight. Happy larks were singing sweet melodies. Somehow it made me feel so lonesome. Had a million memories. Wishing that you were here with me. Underneath the stars in the sky. While I was sleeping, the moon come peeping. I had a wonderful surprise, 'cause I saw your face in the moon, honey. Threw a smile at me. You pretended you were happy, but in your eyes I could see you were thinking thoughts of the bygones, of the days you and I would stew. I could see your smile, honey, babe, in my honey, when I saw your face in the moon. could see your smile, honey, babe, in the blue. When I saw your face in the blue, my honey, when I saw your face in the blue. Sure makes you feel good to get up here in front of a bunch of good people when you got the best guitar pickers in the world backing you up. Got the 1991 thumb-picking champion of the whole world sitting right here with me. Sure appreciate it. And I haven't heard anybody thank all these good people down here in Central City either. They're real good folks. I've got a little short story I want to just make mention to bring that to everybody's attention, just how good these people are. My wife and I were down here for the Everly Brothers concert back this late summer, and my wife got too much sun. She got sick and we had to go home. So we had we'd already purchased our tickets, and we were leaving and just happened to run into a fellow named Mr. John Kirtley and told him that we're going home. If you want these tickets, well, here we are. You know, somebody give them away. If you can't sell them, I give them away. And that was the end of that. But about 5 or 6 days later, got a little letter in the mail and opened it up, and there was a $20 bill. Mr. John done sold tickets for us. Sure appreciate it. Well, with Paul's indulgence here, I'm going to try to sing one more. It goes like this. Tonight I'm dreaming of Dixie, cotton fields and whippoorwills, as I wander in my childhood among the rocks and among the rills. I can see my dear old mother is round the place she goes. On my farm in Louisiana, where the old Red River flows. You could hear them old folks singing soft and low. So low, so low. On my farm in Louisiana, where the old Red River flows. You want to take one, Paul? City's bright as day, and the beach at Coney Island where the liquor makes you gay. I'm going back to Niagara on the icy when she rolls, to my farm in Louisiana where the old Red River flows. Doing this for Lynn Groves too, he's enjoying it. I lay over lady, you could hear them old folks singing soft and low. So low, so low. On my farm in Louisiana, where the old Red River flows. Yeah, Paul and I will try to play a little bit of one here together, because when you and I were young Maggie, we'll get off. Take off, Paul.
besides playing the guitar and entertaining, he did a lot of other things. Some of you may not know, he was a pioneer in TV. He had the first variety show ever on television, like you take Johnny Carson and Arsenio Hall and all these. He had the first variety show ever on television, so he pioneered a lot of things that went on TV. And also, he was an inventor. And if you have any hard rock fans out there, you see a lot of these guitars. Merle was responsible for putting the keys, tuning keys, on one side of the guitar. He was the one that did this. He designed this, and this was his idea. Also, he made the first solid body guitar, which you see today, like I say, especially your hard rock fans, they all use solid body guitars. Merle made the first one. This little piece here is called the vibrato. It stretches the keys and makes a different sound. He also designed this. So if you take a guitar, a modern day guitar, and look at it, Merle Travis is pretty well responsible for everything on it. And he made a lot of people rich doing this. If you've heard of Fender guitar, he made Fender guitar rich by his designs. So they took his designs and went a long way with them. As a matter of fact, when they sold out for millions and millions, and they wouldn't have ever got started if it wasn't for Merle Travis. The Bixby guitar people, he started them out. So a little thing you may not know about Merle, he designed most of the solid body guitar you see today that all your rock stars and just about everyone outside of your regular classic type guitar uses. Merle Travis was responsible for this. So I thought you might not know this, we pitch a little info in every once in a while. So now I'm going to ask Mr. Lightning Chance to come up. You may have seen him on a lot of your TV shows. He's backed up about every star there is. So we're going to ask him to come up and tell us a little something.
Thank you a lot. I don't guess I ever cease to amaze y'all, do I figured we was going to have more fun you could get in a lard bucket here tonight. Sure enough we did. Always, I enjoy coming up here because you get to meet so many different people. The last time I was up, I met Mr. and Ms. Paxton. They were real nice people. Of course, the curtain is tonight. I met some lady attorney here. Very nice lady. I think Teresa Arthur or something like that, I believe her name is, right? Boy, there's a case you wouldn't mind taking to court. I'll tell you that. I feel better than I was aiming to tell you the truth about it. But honestly, I feel more like I do now than I did a while ago. I got a knot back here on the back of my head that's just sore as a rising, and I can't bear nothing to touch it hardly. I'm telling you, it's a rough matter. I was going to ride out here with Rod Kirtley and them, and I was in there, he was blowing the horn, holler, hurry up, we're going to be late, we're going to be late. And I was in there putting some toilet water on my hair, and the lid fell. Don't explain it to him, lady, he'll get it in a minute. So if my face looks a little flushed, I hope y'all will understand. Got in the car with Rod, and we was coming on down here. We're going to stop over at the furniture center, see? And there's a little old boy sitting down there on the side of the street just squalling his eyes out. And he's going, like that he'd been crying so long he's snooping, see? And I said, stop, Rod, let me see what's wrong with this chap. And I got out there and I said, son, what in the world's wrong with you? You lost or something? He said, no, sir. I said, well, is some of you folks sick or lost or something? Mm-mm. I said, well, what in the world are you crying so about? He said, I'm just crying because I can't do what the big boys do. I sat down and cried with him a while. See, some more they'll shed a few tears too. Got down there, got out of the car right over at that furniture store over there, and a policeman said, come on, I want to talk to you. I rode with him down there to the police station and all, and come to find out he just wanted to know about songs that I'd cut with the Everly Brothers and with Merle Travis and all, which I did have the pleasure of doing a lot. What is that squeaking? You feel better now? Could you hear us while you was back there? We could hear you. Yeah, I went out at that police station with him, sure enough, and he just wanted to talk to me, and all of a sudden the phone rung. And he said, answer the phone, Lightning, see if you make a good policeman. I picked it up and said, police station. And some lady said, my name is Judy Staple, and I want you to come out here and do something about all these yard out here in my yard. And I said, how many of them? She said, there must be 50. I said, are they mad lady? And she said, 2 of them, ma'am. But it's just such nice folks as that I enjoy coming up here and being with up here in Kentucky. And that's how I used to look at y'all in the morning through he finally got it, didn't he, lady? I'm glad he did. I was worried about him there for a minute. I used to look at y'all every morning through the eyes of cable television up here when there was a regular on the Ralph Emery show, when y'all used to get it up here in Central City on the cable, and then they cut it out. And I found out the reason that they cut it out, we lost this cable vision up here on account of illness. And that is, them folks got sick of us, is what it was. Cut it off, but it's a nice thing. I've been coming up here every year, of course, for the Merle Travis thumb picking guitar players, guys like Eddie Pennington, all these nice people that are real nice people, and of course the Kirtleys. I don't guess a finer fellow ever stepped out of a patrol wagon than Rodney Kirtley. He's one of the better. Parts his hair kind of in the middle just to show you that every block does have a hat. But it's nice being up here with y'all again. It's my pleasure always to come up and visit with. I ain't gonna tell y'all how bad I'm scared, but won't nobody but me and the wash lady know, I'll tell you that. Again, it's nice being up here with y'all as always. Before I go back to Nashville, I'd like to leave y'all with a little laugh.
That is the one and only Life and Chance, thank goodness. No, he's a great fellow. We're always glad to have him come up. We're big celebrities like that. We're always glad to have him around.
You got your nerve.
We got a big guitar picker coming up here in a minute. Larry Stone, where are you at? Here's another one of these locals. Here he comes. hollering on that. I don't know if a lot of you know us or not now, but we lost one of our real good friends that we all loved a whole lot. It was Merle Travis' wife, Dorothy. She passed away in September, and we've all been sorry that we've lost such a fine lady she was, but we're continuing doing things like this, and we're doing the things that she would like, but she sure was proud of her husband, Merle Travis, and she sure did support him. Some of the happiest years of his life when he was married to her. Of course, Merle Travis, he accomplished, he set so many standards in the music industry and all. I said when Merle passed away, he touched such a swath down through the past of musical history that you never would believe it. Rodney talked about Merle designed the guitar and all. Of course, he had so many different records and all that broke so many of the previous records it had. He had Capitol Records' first million seller, and of course 16 Ton was the fastest selling record of all time, and of course one of the greatest records. Some of the greatest songwriting in the world is in those first couple of verses of 16 Ton. Now we got a boy over here now fixing to pick. Y'all have to forgive my short memory, but I've known this fellow 3 or 4 years, but I couldn't think of where he was from. But he's from Crestwood, Kentucky, right out of Louisville over in what is that? Is that Oldham County? And Hubert Glass here, he's going to pick you a couple of tunes here, and we've got some more lined up over here in the wings, so don't nobody run off. And in a few minutes, we're going to get Paul Young to do a couple more before he departs to Nashville. with some hot guitar picking for you there. Now we got, who's next over? Don, you next?
Yes.
We got Don Groves over around White Plains, over in my home county, Hopkins County. And he's a good guitar picker, and I've known him for about a year or two and all, and picks real good.
First thing I want to tell you is I'm not a guitar player, I play piano. Hopefully that'll cover up for all of my mistakes I've got to make.
mistaken, ready to make a piano rock. He does all right on them 6 strings there, don't he? Don Groves. Now, we got a fella here I've just met tonight. His name is, can you say Harris? John Harris from over in Todd County. I think that's where John Bolin was born, really. You ever heard Merle's little song about John Bolin? I won't sing it. I won't turn nobody from Todd County against me.
Explain to this. He's a bank's lawyer, and I'm a banker by trade, not a guitar picker. I'm here to learn, and I see I've got a long way to go watching these guys tonight. I'm going to try to pick you a few tunes. Like he said, I'm from the same county that Odell Martin's from, about 6 or 8 miles from where Odell was born. Back in the early, mid-1950s, I went out to his house one day, and I had a Chet Atkins record, String Along with Chet Atkins. And it had a Merle Travis album, which I made a mistake later of trading it off for something else. But I didn't know anybody else could play fingerstyle or thumb-style guitar. In fact, I heard there was Chet and Merle had a patent on it. As far as I was concerned, he did. But I got acquainted with Odell, and the first time I went out to his house, those of you that knew Odell knew the kind of person he was. I've been listening to Johnny Cash, because I couldn't play any fingerstyle guitar at all, and I had this little something like that. And I sat down, that's about all I played for Odell. Well, he said, that's great. And then Odell sat down to play, and I thought I'd died and gone to heaven. So I'm going to pick a little for you, and then I'm going to sit back and watch these other guys.
John Harris, Todd County. Now, the crowd is thinned down some and all, just getting down now them true thumb-picking fans out there, I do believe. And don't nobody leave, because we may get to jamming or something a little while later. And we got some youngsters going to pick, and a bunch of them ain't picked yet out here. But we got one, we're going to give one a second chance here. He was nervous the first time he was out here, and I won't give him another chance. But seriously, Paul's got to get back to Nashville, and I feel like y'all would like to hear him do another tune or two at least. I told him to go back there and practice a little bit. No, I'm not going to mess up. Yeah, I want to get your original tones over there. I'm glad you keep them wires all straight when you put that stuff up. I like to see a man organized.
I'm quick.
Can you sing a little bit, or are you just gonna pick?
I'm stapper and tired. I'm gonna play you a couple times, and I appreciate you being so nice to me. I always enjoy coming back from the Central City. Everybody likes guitar picking up here. I do too.
He had a whole lot to do with it too. Of course, they've done their own things now too. Paul Yandel has been a mainstay in Nashville for several years. I think he went the year I was born when he started playing down there. But I do brag to people, and I'm serious about it. I brag to them and tell them that Paul Yandle's a friend of mine, because I think it's great that I know somebody like him. He's got a quality like Mr. John Travis. He'll tell you like it is. And I respect that in a man, though, that tells you honestly and truthfully what he thinks, you know, when he knows what he's talking about, you know, and he's really a true friend.
Eddie, what?
No, I didn't want you to say anything else.
You should run for political office, Eddie.
I'm just fixing to announce. You be careful going to Nashville. Let's have another big hand for that man. We still got a lot of good speakers in line. We're gonna get our next generation up here now. These next two boys, I've had something to do with. The first one coming, I had a whole lot to do with him being a bum vicar. But this is Lonzo. I forgot what his last name was, but anyhow, he's gonna pick a little bit, and then I'm gonna play a little rhythm for him.
thumb picking alive is when you get youngsters interested in it and all. I used to be one of the young ones, but don't nobody say nothing about that boy anymore. It's that old fat guy. I got another boy here tonight that's really come a long ways in picking. It's a boy that I met it'll be 2 years this March. And this boy, he'd heard a song, he was doing something like this. And he didn't know that first part of it and all. In about 2 or 3 weeks he'd go. But anyhow, this boy, I want him to come up here. This is a national junior thumb picking champion of the United States. It's J.T. Oglesby from Nortonville, Kentucky.
There's no difference. It's just a Christmas song. It's a Christmas song. Everybody
boys around starting to pick now and all. Of course, we hope we'll get a lot more, because that's what carries it on. Now, from across the Green River over here, I think we've got I don't know whether to call him Henry or what tonight, but Brother Doctor is going to pick us a little bit now. Come on up here. I was right, Henry.
They all come raised, I was right.
Henry or Ray, either one, he'll answer to if you owe him money. If he owes you money, you don't know him. Y'all boys ready to pick? Get with it there. Don Dean's gonna help you.
nobody wants to pick with me.
Hang on. I'll never pass that deal up.
While they're getting ready, I'm gonna do you.